Logan Paul's boxing career started off optimistically, a fresh start for Logan. At the time, he was under severe attack. He would be able to reinvent himself, but as his boxing career unfolded, the momentum was killed, and his boxing career led to something quite underwhelming. And the worst part is, it's not all his fault. So let's have a look. Logan Paul's career in boxing starts when he faced KSI. Logan was in a rough spot in his career, and this match hugely helped him get out of what he had got himself into. Logan Paul's entry into the boxing world was therefore a positive thing. So what happened to make it so bad? Well, in order to see this, we have to skip forward after his first match. Logan Paul put in a great effort and actually gave KSI quite a challenge. I almost thought Logan Paul may have won this match, but it ended in a draw and the rematch was set for Logan Paul. Logan had a second chance, and from what the fans saw, it was looking optimistic for him. People were happy that Logan Paul had something to dedicate himself to again, and he had showcased lots of skill, so nothing was bad so far. Here's where things started to get a bit worse for him. Logan Paul was set for a rematch to prove why he should have beat KSI in the first place. It was his chance to redeem himself. Logan Paul deserved this, and the night came to face KSI.
You can't fight at this pace for this long.
Logan Paul had knocked down KSI fair and square, but the hit when he was down meant he lost 2 points. To put this in context, when Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear off, he lost 2 points. KSI had knocked down Logan prior, and this was not counted. Logan Paul boxed well on the night, and it's not to say that KSI was bad, but if Logan Paul hadn't done that, he would have won. Logan Paul had trained so hard for this move, and just because he was momentarily emotional, he had lost 2 points, and the redemption he deserved was thrown away. Logan Paul was crushed, and he lost because of himself. The sad thing about this all is that Logan Paul really deserved to at least draw again. Logan Paul did not get the redemption he deserved, and the whole moment was a real mess. Logan Paul knew he deserved the win, and he appealed. This, however, was denied, and Logan Paul had to accept the fact that he had lost a match he was confident about, and probably should have won. He trained months for this match and deserved the win, but the moment took the better of him. How was he going to build himself back up? Was he going to return and fight a YouTuber and rebuild his name? No. He made probably the worst decision he could have made. Floyd Mayweather had offered Logan Paul an exhibition. Now, when Floyd offers you a fight, one thing you don't do is reject it. Or do you? See, Logan Paul was not in the right place to accept this fight. He had just come off a devastating, frustrating loss to KSI. He hadn't won a single fight. When we look at the only other YouTuber who fought Floyd in an exhibition, Deji, he had just come off a triumphant win against FusyTube. Now, although beating FusyTube shouldn't be the bar to then fight Floyd Mayweather, he had won a fight at least and was being talked about. Logan Paul, however, had his last fight in 2019, and now almost 2 years later was making his boxing return against Floyd Mayweather. So if he really wanted to make his boxing career sustainable, he would have fought another YouTuber, won, and then gone on to keep building himself up. Instead, he drew, lost, and then fought Floyd Mayweather. Also, this was an exhibition, which means no one really cares about it. But what was even worse was that Floyd Mayweather had already been doing exhibitions, and he'd been fighting no one's and been doing these fights as jokes. He wasn't taking them seriously and was literally talking to the commentators in between rounds.
Psychological warfare. I do that.
Mayweather did not care, and this meant that people generally didn't care too. He was only doing it for the money. If you think about Logan versus Floyd, in theory, it's huge, but Floyd Mayweather exhibitions are not exactly that serious, and as a result, Logan would not be taken that seriously. And if that wasn't bad enough, Jake Paul did this. Did this ruin the fight? Not exactly, but what it did do is take away from the build between Logan and Floyd, and fueled the feud between Jake and Floyd. If there was even a feud between Logan and Floyd, it had made it even less because of what Jake just did. And this was another issue. Floyd Mayweather did not care about promoting this fight. That's why it just felt like it wasn't happening, because there was no promotion on Floyd Mayweather's side. Such a big moment for Logan Paul, and no one really cared. Jake Paul, however, was all over social media at the time and made merch out of this moment, and the fight hype was almost diverted to Jake Paul. This huge moment, in theory, now means very little. An exhibition match which Floyd notoriously doesn't care about and admittedly does for the money, followed by Jake taking his hat in the build, also along with the fact that Logan Paul hadn't boxed in almost 2 years and came back for this, meant this fight meant little to nothing in the end. Logan did, however, do impressive and lasted all the rounds, landing a few significant shots on Floyd. Again, because it was an exhibition, there was no winner, and everyone kind of forgot about it. Logan Paul's boxing career started off very optimistically. Then the KSI rematch came around, where he was robbed in many people's opinions. A 2-year break to then fight Floyd Mayweather brought about more bad than good, and now, well, he got injured and hasn't boxed since. If Logan Paul comes back, he has to fight an influencer and win. Otherwise, his career in boxing will continue to be a huge disappointment. Logan Paul's boxing career has honestly been quite sad.